Joining us now, political analyst Jon Keller. Jon, thanks for joining us. What went wrong for Kim Janey? You know, many had high hopes we'd get our first black mayor. So what happened with her? She's in the seat now.
Yeah, well, before I get to that, I just want to kind of clarify the election department is a mess with these numbers. It's not by accident that the campaign's already conceded and declared victory. There's a high level of confidence based on precinct by precinct unofficial reports that were gathered that the top two finishers are Wu and Asaibi George. But to your question about Kim Janey, a number of things went wrong. First of all, a lot of people assumed when she became acting mayor, based on past history. In 1993, Tom Menino, a district city councilor, just like Kim Janey, very little known statewide, just like Kim Janey, became acting mayor the same way because he was city council president, and parlayed that into pretty much a runaway victory in the fall. One key difference is Menino was acting mayor for barely 2 months. Kim Janey has been in for 6 months, and they've been 6 months filled with controversies and difficult decisions that she's had to make, a number of them not of her own making. Just to cite a few, the difficult situation with the police commissioner that former Mayor Walsh had appointed on his way out the door. Mayor Janey wound up firing him. There was a lot of controversy and uproar about that. The situation with the Boston Latin School changing its admissions plan and moving toward less reliance on a standardized test for admission to Boston Latin. That's a very controversial issue throughout the city, and Kim Janey landed right in the middle of it. You may recall the uproar over derogatory text messages by a couple of Latino members of the school committee referencing white residents of West Roxbury, a very difficult and explosive story. And then, of course, you had the pandemic, which forced Mayor Janey into a number of difficult decisions. The controversy over her dismissive remark about the idea of vaccine passports, comparing them to racist Jim Crow era laws and also to the birtherism of Donald Trump, that immediately came under fire. And again, so it was a difficult run for her in that sense. She had a very articulate and energetic critic in Councillor Andrea Campbell, who kept the heat on her on a near daily basis. And ultimately, what you had was 3 attractive black candidates, Janey, Campbell, and John Barrows. They split up the black vote, which, if you put it all together, based on the numbers we're getting here, if there had been one candidate who was getting all of that vote, they would be a runaway winner this morning. So put that all together, and you have the situation that Kim Janey finds herself in.
Jon, real quick, any surprises for you about what happened?
I'm surprised, mildly surprised, and disappointed like everyone else with the anemic turnout. I get it. We're in the middle of a pandemic. People have a lot of things on their mind, but this is the most important election in the city. It may very well, given past history, dictate the path that city government takes for many, many years to come. We're at a turning point in the city's history. And the notion that barely a quarter, probably when all said and done, less than a quarter of the eligible voters bothered to express their choices, that may have had something to do with satisfaction with the array of choices. Still, I would have to say that's a surprise and a disappointing one, certainly a disappointing one for Janey and Campbell, who were both relying on a much higher turnout.
All right, Jon Keller, I'm sure we'll be getting updates from you throughout the day. Thank you so much for talking to us live. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.